Hello, and welcome to another episode of Philo. This is episode 71 of Philo. That's a lot. That's a lot of episodes. My guest, who appeared very tiny for no apparent reason, is Kay Kirstch, who's right here. This is Kay Kirstch, who is Philo Alum. She's been here a long time, and she's usually in the comments these days, but she will be here today with us. And then Robin is our co-host, and my better half. She knows much more about comics and the nature of like who's making them and why they made them and like where they're making them and like what is hot and what is not. See,
no, I'm not that. My finger's not that hard on the pole.
Yes, we have people saying hi.
Hi,
Rob. Rob says hi. Rob says hi.
Hi, Rob.
And then he also says hi, Kay. Hi, Robin. And so let us turn down the Philo theme a little bit as we do our recap of where we left off. And so I shall throw that in this panel. And so where we left off was this bear costume guy was bringing Philo a sandwich after he ordered it in Spader Court. When Judge Spader, said order in the court. So truck. There should be a truck. So these guys are just in a truck. Okay. That is the first panel. Sure.
Okay.
Sure, I'll do it.
You'll
Why
do
not?
it? Okay.
Yeah. That will be the first panel. And then we'll switch over to more Philo-y drawing music. And there we are.
Yeah, weird juice box.
A truck.
They're long and narrow now.
Or
Should the bear guy be leaving in a truck?
I was thinking he's arriving.
Arriving in the.
Because he brought the sandwich, right?
Yeah, but the sandwich is already there, so he's already arrived.
He gets back in the truck and leaves.
But I was going to
do.
I was going to do a zoom out.
Oh, okay, cool.
Myself, and so that's how I was going to solve the truck
issue.
Yeah. And
but
so,
look, juice boxes used to be like shorter and fatter, and now they're like all long and narrow. I guess it's easier for little hands to grab.
No, that is called shrinkflation, my friend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know what shrinkflation is.
Yep, shrinkflation is not our friend, but you are. You are my friend. And I will tell you about shrinkflation, and I will warn you about it, and I will tell you that it is everywhere, and it happens everywhere.
You don't need to tell me about it. I know all about shrinkflation.
We delivery. Okay, sure.
Delivery.
We delivery. My favorite shrinkflation. I say favorite in a sarcastic, snarky way, is when you buy like peanut butter or like Nutella or something like that like ooh, look at all this stuff, and you lift it up and it's like half hollow.
Yeah, like chip bag.
Bottom. Yeah, but the bottom's like hollowed out,
Oh, yeah. The container curves up on the, and yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, what are you even doing? I think we delivery should probably be maybe the caption. Yeah, we delivery, and then Kay, what do you want to do for your panel? Let me bring up your panel.
Okay. It sounds like it's the Canadian Film Board guys, and there's a sandwich there. How about if they start tucking into the sandwich, even though it isn't for them, it's for Philo?
Well, okay.
Would that get them in trouble in court?
We got a lot of people in this courtroom, though. Like we have the National Art Honor Society is still hanging around. Okay, we still have a rogues gallery still hanging around. I think that Spader Court is in Escher Land, right? So there's got to be stargates and stuff like that. And there's the Spaders, and there's Philo and his crew. Now we have Steamboat Willie, and we have these film board, the Canadian Film Board logo lawyers. And Thompson, is
Scott.
it Craig?
Scott.
Scott Thompson from Kids in the Hall, in a bear costume with a sandwich. I feel like.
How about if Philo takes his sandwich, but one of the Canadian Film Board guys tries to get his mitts on it to pull it away from him, and then it becomes a sandwich tug-of-war between the two.
Well, what I feel like, it's going to take me a long time to draw, right? But I feel like we need a crowd scene.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the thing is, I'm doing it for myself.
A crowd scene's a great idea. I'm not saying don't do it, but I was thinking one of the motivations of the National Film Board lawyers is to get Scott Thompson out of there because he's Canadian culture and he was not approved to bring that sandwich.
He was not approved to bring that sandwich.
Because he's Canadian. Why would the National Film Board lawyers be there? He is part of the national film contingency. You know what I mean? He's Canadian content.
The guy in the bear suit, right?
Yeah, he's the guy in the bear suit.
Okay.
No, they have legs, and I gave them ties. That's the only thing different than the way they are actually drawn. Like they have the eyes, they have the legs, and that's it. And I gave them ties, and the ties are negative. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have Scott Thompson up here. I think. Here, I'll put me in the main window. Maybe in your panel, Kay. Like if he brings a sandwich, maybe the sandwich has to testify.
Oh,
that's
wow.
a good idea. That's a good idea.
All right. We will have the mighty sandwich
come forth with his testimony.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's usually a mic in front of these folks, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, I imagine it would be on the plate, like like this thing would be coming down. But yeah, for me, it's gonna be a long drawn panel. I'm gonna be working on this one for a while, so you might have to leapfrog over me. But I feel like we need a crowd scene.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's
been a while since we accounted for everyone.
Just to cement where we are. Okay, delivery truck says we delivery. The container curved up actually serves up purpose for strengthening the container against pressure. Do the CFB dudes have arms? Sandwich is made with Canadian bacon.
Like, that would explain why the sandwich has to testify and the film board guys are there.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's like an award-winning Canadian movie named Sandwich. I don't know.
The expedition of the Earl of Sandwich.
Well, okay. In all seriousness, about Canadian media, Scream is an awesome channel. I miss Scream. I miss it.
Well, we've got Crave now.
Yeah, I don't know what Crave is. I'm down here.
It's a Canadian horror channel.
Well, yeah, what Scream was a Canadian horror channel. It was like it was just on the Canadian cable up there, and it was all yeah, it was awesome. They had amazing stuff. And then like another thing too is like in Canada, they have an entire channel dedicated to documentaries. Right? I love Canadian TV.
The National Film Board channel.
I don't care. I love it.
No, I'm not. That's what the National Film Board does, is Canadian documentaries.
Yes, but I loved it. It was amazing. I watched them all, right? And like some of them, you know, okay, yeah, whatever. But some of them were actually really good and like interesting, and I learned a lot. And you know, it's I love the fact that there was just a documentary channel, right? The sandwich is named Earl, says Rob. So it should probably have a name tag.
It's a very funny Saturday Night Live skit with Bill Murray as the Earl of Sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen. Gosh, I haven't seen a. Like, I watch Weekend Update on YouTube, but some of the skits in SNL, maybe I have to sit down and watch the whole show, and then that will have me feeling it. Let's see. I had 3 raccoons in a trench coat. I remember that. What I am going to do is I'm going to pull the same trick that my own guests pull, and I am going to look up like past pages. Let's see. Has to be before that. Has to be before that. Nope. That's the Spaders. Okay, I have to see. Yeah, there we go. The Rogues Gallery and the National Honor Society. Okay. So the National Honor Society had 3 raccoons in a trench coat.
I have a raccoon trying to get into my bog hut, I've learned recently.
Ah.
Something's been digging away at where the tent meets the ground, right? But inside I've got, like, you know, a tarp, and then I've got like those, you know, spongy mat things that come together, and then I've got my chair, and then I've got like 4 bags full of giant pebbles to weigh down, because mosquito season is here and they're going to come in, but they haven't yet, which is really good. Anyways, all that stuff is also, I've been learning, preventing this giant fat raccoon that lives in our cul-de-sac digging at my foundation.
Nice.
There's no food in there, so I don't know what he's looking for, but
he might be a stoner
stoner raccoon.
You know, raccoon. Like, he's just going, hey,
Canadian, it's a
really
good possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, something smells really good in here. Like, I just kind of, I have to check it out. Besides, sometimes raccoons are just jerks. You know, they'll tear something apart just to tear it apart.
Well, like, I'm just glad that this guy is a loner and doesn't have a family. He's not procreating yet. They're inviting over neighbors. Just one lone fat raccoon.
I'm glad this guy's a loser raccoon that has no family. And,
he's a bachelor, a perennial bachelor.
No one loves him. You know, yeah.
Oh, I think he's getting enough love, or he would have left that neighborhood by now. He's not deprived of food and love.
Yeah, people are probably feeding him. Let's see. I need to draw some spaders in here, I feel like. I'm going to put Kay in the main panel. And I'll let Kay figure it out.
There's next to my work, there's a big dumpster, and there's a picture of like, waste removal, call us, we'll remove your waste. And it's like these raccoons in the picture. And every time I pass that dumpster, I just can't help but think, like, wouldn't it be hilarious if raccoons actually owned a company? And then they show up, 3 raccoons in a trench coat. They're like, yeah, we'll take your waste, no problem. We'd love to take your waste. And they're gonna eat it all.
Well, you know, if they're efficient and they do their job and they pick it up on time and they don't leave a mess, right? I'd be willing to pay that company. The raccoons went to steal the sandwich, but they're American raccoons, and the lawyers require that they pay the tariffs. Oh, I don't want to have politics in my thing, guys. Come on. Do we have to have the tariffs? Do we? But at the same time, it is kind of funny.
I mean, you could go back to the Boston Tea Party of it all.
Yeah.
Old history.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see. I'll say. Is there shortening for judge? Is there like is it like JDG?
No, it would be in Canada. It'd be HON, like
HON.
right, honorable.
Yeah, honorable. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Honorable.
But it would be HON period, right? If you were going to abbreviate it.
Yeah, Spader.
Short.
Fine, says Rob. Fine, okay. And I have to have him like absolutely obliterated by ink, because this is a establishing panel of kind of all the chaos that's gone on.
All I care about is that we don't forget about little mushroom dude and our dog. I feel like we haven't.
I haven't even drawn Philo. I haven't even drawn Philo in a while. I don't have Philo in this yet. I guess Philo's gonna be back here, so I'll have our Venom Philo back here, and then dog I'll have looking up, and then I'll put Mushroom Dude on his back. They're friends now. They're buddies. And then where's Armand? Where's Armand? Like, is he still floating back there like growing tentacles?
Wouldn't it be funny if he grew like 16 arms instead of 8?
I don't know. For right now, we're not gonna count his arms. We're just gonna draw the back of his head. And let's see. Okay, so I have that. We'll draw a couple spaders back here, just to establish that it is indeed Spader Court. And then let's see. I'll have a hint of a Stargate. Just a hint of Stargate. Just a hint of Stargate from the story. Let's see if we can do this. And then, Kay, are you done with your panel, or are you still working on it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
I don't know anyone in Texas. I'm gonna let it go to voicemail.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna let it go to voicemail. Okay. We'll do that. So I will start inking, and I'll put myself in the main panel so that people can see the inks. And we'll start with Armand here in the front. And his stuff there. Yeah, and then we'll have Mushroom Guy. I don't know, little shroom. I don't know what I'm naming him yet. He's our little mushroom guy.
Do you know the mushroom guy, the mushroom guy, the mushroom guy? Do you know the mushroom guy who lives on Jersey? One time I was at work at Big Red, and they were like, "The mushroom guy is here!" And I was like, "Dave's not here, man." That was a mushroom thing that I just thought it was funny that they called him the mushroom guy, but I guess he delivers all the mushrooms.
Well, if he's the mushroom guy, if he's delivering all the mushrooms, yeah. I totally messed up on that.
They have a new movie coming out. Did you see that?
Yeah, of like all their years. All these years later.
So I think it's their last movie. They're marketing it as Cheech and Chong's last movie.
Oh no. I'm sorry, my daughter just came home crying.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Life's hard, man. It's only gonna get worse, kid. Sorry.
Well, she was playing out front, and there's a dog out front, and I think the dog took a nip at her. Ian's got her right now, and he's going over to investigate. So he's got
I helped rescue a dog the other day.
From what?
Well, I was on my break at Big Red's, and as I was coming back into the store, this man was trying to pet this little poodle that was tied up to a pole outside the store. The customers were inside, and he went to pet it, and the dog backed away, and he went to pet it again, and the dog was so scared it wiggled out of its harness and then just took off. And we're like right in front of a busy street, and like there's an overpass like 5 steps away. The stupid dog just kept crossing into the street. I was so terrified he was going to get hit. I chased after him because I was just like, nobody knows this dog is gone. They don't even know where the dog is going.
Yeah.
And I like, it's uphill. I'm sweating and breathing heavy. I yell at this guy, "Stop that dog!" The guy just like didn't do anything. And then when I went past him, he's like laughing. He's like, "Oh, he's really got you running." I was like, "God, you're an asshole." When I got to the top of the hill of the overpass, there were all these this Hispanic couple. Like they got me in the car, and because I thought it was their dog, and they weren't speaking English, so I was like, okay, just over the hill, because I could see some cars and stuff, and I was worried the dog got hit. We got to the first car, and the lady said, "Somebody in a Cadillac has the dog. The dog is safe." I was like, "Oh, okay." The Cadillac's turning around. So I got out of the car. I flagged the Cadillac down. I said, "It's their dog." And the guy was like, "No, it's not. It's her dog." And it was the guy that had started the problem to begin with. The guy that tried to pet the dog had smartly, quickly gotten the woman, gotten in his car, and they'd gotten the dog after I chased after it on foot. It was a good thing my 15 minutes was up. I said, "Okay." So I was like, "It's their dog." And he's like, "No, it's her dog." So I was like, "Oh, can you just drive me back to Big Red then, please?" I'm like all sweaty and red faced. But yeah, there was some harrowing moments where I thought that dog was going to get hit. But it all worked out in the end.
Yay. The dog was safe. Yeah. I've just been working hard hours at work, and they've had me in box office a lot. Collecting tickets and like doing all the comps, and it's like, this is the list. You have to make all these tickets. Okay. And then I have to make all the tickets, and then I talk to everybody on the phone, and okay, what's your credit card number? So yeah, that's kind of been my work. I'm behind glass all day. Like an art piece. Let's see. Okay, so I got John Wick. I have David Bowie.
French coat guy.
Yes. Let's see. We'll do a tiny Venom Philo back here.
Damn you.
Are you ready for your next panel, Kay?
Yes, I am. Just a second. Let me group my layers here.
Okay.
What's your caption, Amber? Like the truck arrives, or?
We delivery.
Oh, we deliver. Okay. Yeah, no, I was just trying to think of it for the next sequential panel.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So mine is panel 1, and then panel 2 is the sandwich is giving testimony. And then you're drawing panel 3. So what happens after the sandwich gives testimony?
Well, what is the testimony? What's he testifying about?
Good question.
Ooh. Well, okay. So maybe we should have, like, from the beginning, from the sandwich's point of view. Like, I don't know.
Just a second.
I think that's a good idea. Are we gonna go to where he lives, which is like a land of sandwiches?
Like, wait, it doesn't have to be a land, right? It's just a house with a sandwich wife and 2 sandwich kids and a little sandwich dog. Right?
Maybe it's a sandwich in
A sandwich
Escherland.
flashback? A sandwich
Yeah.
Escherland.
Yeah, a sandwich in Escherland, where it seems like it's unspooling like an apple that's being peeled.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has a wife and kids.
I just like the idea of him having like a little sandwich.
Nuclear
family.
sandwich family.
Yeah.
So then put like the sandwich flashes back, and then that's what we see is the nuclear sandwich family and Rebel.
Rob says Earl tells a story. That should be the caption. Is Earl tells a story.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. All right. So I'm stealing some of the detail from before. Okay.
Oh, hell.
Let's do Judge. People are going to think that it's AI because my spelling's so bad. They're going to be like, oh, look at this. Obviously terrible AI work. And it's like, no, I'm just a really bad speller. It's just what it is. Let's see. Okay. And then, hello. Hi, Tangent.
You did it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do, nice little, like, kind of, it's going to be a truck, but, like, I'm making it a little Jeepy. So, yeah. It's going to be a truck, but I'm making it a little Jeepy. And we'll do this. All right. So is that what you're working on, Kay? Are you writing it? Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure.
Mm-hmm. There, now.
All right. Yeah, and I can get out of the main panel if you want me to. The main frame if you want me to. If you want the main frame for yourself. I just thought because I was drawing so much, people may want to see it, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay. It's like the worst car I've ever drawn. I swear I know how to draw vehicles. I draw them all the time from vehicles, but I'm not looking at any reference right now. And if I was looking at reference, it would be a better truck. But we're making it's a Philo Land truck, people. Here, I'll do that. And then I'll do this. Yeah, I've been building a book nook all week. I got it. I have it. Here it is. Ooh, here, let me put me in the main window. Okay. See? It lights up. It lights up.
Very nice.
Yes. So, I did that for funsies. Just kind of kind of celebrate stuff. Oh, I don't know. I was
Celebrate
just
what?
like I finally finished putting the last of my brushes away, and I had a lot. I know that's like stupid dumb, but it's like, yeah, I finished this task, I should celebrate. And so I was celebrating that, and Annabelle is in swim school right now, and so she is loving it, just trying to enjoy life while I can, and just little stuff. So it's like, I'm going to build a book nook. I should be working on Captain T. I should be doing that, but I was preoccupying myself with a book nook, and so I did that instead. But Captain T is coming. I'm going to work on it soon. I just need to find the time. You feel like a slacker? No, I need to do the things that I said I would do. Like I said I would do Captain T, and I took a year off, and I need to get back to that. And then I need to head back to the gym and stuff. Just be better to myself. I haven't. Oh. Let's see, I'm trying to draw this Dalek, excuse me. I pronounce it wrong all the time, according to my British friend. All right, and then let's see. Okay. So I think I got that, and then we'll have a head in the jar here. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to do this panel. Usually I'm like, oh yeah, don't draw detail for all my guests and stuff, but it's like there's so many people in this group, in this room, that I feel like we need this panel.
This could be the cover of the next book.
I would probably refine it for the next book. Yeah, I would refine it. I would probably add more to it too, and like more of the background of Escherland. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see if I actually remember how to draw bears.
Bears.
Yeah, little tiny bears. So, we're gonna have Scott Thompson, Scott Thompson just kind of peeking out here. Ah! I can only go so far with my detail in this panel. Yeah, the cover of the last book, and I have to put together the last book again. I have to replace all of that one artist's art, and I have to put it back out. Once all that's done, then that book's out again, and I have to do the same thing for book 2. And then book 3, and then the rest of it is just normal work of putting out the books. But yeah, that cover for the first book took me like, I don't know, 3 days to draw in another 3 days to color in. Oh, you got your heavy metal booster pack? Nice. Yeah, I think
What is that heavy metal booster pack? I'm assuming it's got something to do with the comic anthology. Or is it like a Magic the Gathering booster pack? Okay.
I don't know. He'll probably answer you in a second. Or he's typing. It's such a inclusive answer. He has to, he's
Well,
he's
I know
right
that they've relaunched heavy metal recently.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's some kind of like promo pack he got with like the new issue and some stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't gotten into the new heavy metal yet. I am still kind of one of my hobbies is finding old episodes or old issues of heavy metal. Nice.
I used to work.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, when I used to work at the comic book store, anytime teenage boys would come in and they'd want to buy some adult comics, and I legally could not let them because in Canada we have laws about that.
Yeah.
I would always just be like, heavy metal. Go buy some heavy metal. It's right over there.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's lots of naked TNA in that. Just go get heavy metal.
Yep. That's
all the aliens are friendly. Oh, so very friendly.
I don't understand why, they're like, okay, I need you to sell me this because like there's plenty of TNA on Canadian TV. Like, you guys have like British television and they don't edit that stuff. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, see this guy, you're going to be able to see the tie a little bit better, but not his legs.
One of my greatest interviews was with Serpieri, who is one of the more famous artists in heavy metal, or I should say metal hurlant.
Metal hurlant. Yes. Metal hurlant.
And Serpieri famously did the series Druena, which he said was a science fiction comic, but I'm pretty sure it was just a way to draw a lot of naked butt and boob.
Well, most science fiction comics are an excuse to write or draw that stuff, or write about commentary about the world around you. Like, I don't know. It's science fiction there's a lot hidden in science fiction. You can, oh yeah, we're just having fun with aliens and space and laser guns. But, really what you're talking about is equality and equity and social reform or something.
Yeah, one of my favorite science fiction writers is this woman from the 80s, Cherry S. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
She's written some really good ones. She's got this one called The Gates to Women Country. Do I have it right here with me? I had it for a while next to me. Yeah, here it is. It's a very fascinating treatise on men and violence and women. And it's basically like this futuristic society where they separate the soldier class into a whole different society away from the women, the children, and the men who decide that they want to be like helpers within the women's society. And it's really fascinating, especially in this day and age. It's still pithy, which is crazy because she wrote this like I think in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see here. 88. Yeah, she wrote it in 1988. And then she's got another one called The Companions, which is about aliens coming down to Earth. But because it's got this clever gimmick, because, and I'm not going to ruin it, but I just want to say, because it's a book, you're doing all the imagination about what the aliens look like, and it's in the end, it's a really interesting reveal. But yeah, and I mean, of course, I just find feminists write really interesting science fiction, and I mean, the most famous of all being Margaret Atwood, right? Like, she was probably one of my first science fiction writers that I ever read. So women write interesting science fiction.
I'm having a hard time remembering her last name, but Ursula
Le Guin.
Yes.
Le Guin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a good example of another feminist author in science fiction. And, writing about, like, the treatment of people and, like, what you... I don't know. It's just, yeah. Let's add some gray. Let's add some gray to this this panel, so you can kind of tell what's going on. Hopefully, I don't know.
Oh, Scott Thompson is raging out.
He looks like he is raging. Yeah.
He got called the F word too many times.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't appreciate, like, all that money that he got from being famous. I don't know. Who did you meet before at COM Virgins?
He's probably talking about Ursula Le Guin.
Yeah, let's see. Let's do this.
Did Ursula ever live in Minnesota?
I don't know.
I don't know very much about her.
I was at the estate sale of someone who was a noted science fiction writer who was female, and a number of her students were helping hold the estate sale. And I found the stuff at the estate sale fascinating. She collected all sorts of, but I couldn't find out her name, and they weren't going to tell me. So all I know is that I went to a
Why wouldn't they tell her name? Just to stop the looky-loos?
I think out of privacy. Just out of privacy. I bought, I think, a couple of her small Native American dolls as companion dolls to one Native American doll that I have called a Skookums. A doll that was made about 1930s or so.
This goth lady came into my store the other day, and I was asking her if she was into Monster High. And she was like, no, it's been forever since I looked at those dolls. And I was like, you might want to check it out, because they're taking very adult concepts now and making them into dolls. Because I don't know if I mentioned on the show before, one of the last dolls they did was this Filipino horror monster that separated at the waist and her spine dangles, and she sucks the life out of baby fetuses. Like, she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, you should check it out. They're incorporating a lot of historical. Well, they always have, but now they're really taking it to another level.
Yeah, well, it just gives them more monsters to make too.
Yeah, and some of the Filipino monsters are scary. Like there was, I remember used to watch Grimm, and there was an episode with this thing called the Aswang, because one of the characters was Filipino. Yeah, it was so scary.
Let's see.
I am ready for a new panel.
All right, you're rocking ahead, because I am still working on this crowd scene, but I am going to be rocking behind you, so I'm not that far behind you.
So
yeah.
Hey, Magic Marmot, if you want to see that skit I was talking about, the Kids in the Hall skit, I tried to find it on YouTube by looking up Kids in the Hall Bear, but when I looked it up, Kids in the Hall F word, then I found it immediately. So you can easily see the bear skit that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep. I don't want to keep using that word. I used it enough in the last episode, and I don't feel comfortable using it. But it was just as a descriptor of the skit.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's give Shroomy some white to distinguish him.
Hey, my work taught me that I like cremini mushrooms.
Yeah, you like it?
I've never had them before, I don't think. And then they put them in our cream of mushroom soup that they make at work. And I was like, these are really nice. They're like chewy and I don't know. I like them. I've always ever had white mushrooms. So
yeah, good for soups and stews.
Yeah, they have a lot of like earthy flavor to it.
Yeah,
umami flavor.
I always like is it the oniki? Oh, it's the Japanese ones that they're really narrow and then have the little white button at the top. Oniki? I forget what those mushrooms are called, but I had those in China and they were really good. I like those too. They usually would like wrap them up with bacon. They always tasted delicious. Can't go wrong with bacon.
I made the mistake of indicating interest in mushroom growing kits.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now my Facebook feed is full of mushroom growing kits and things. It's like, I love mushrooms, but I don't know if I want them growing in my small environment.
Yeah, oyster mushrooms, like the ones that kind of like look like oysters, they will grow everywhere in your house.
Yeah.
So what you do is you do not grow them in your house. You have like a mushroom shed, right? And you grow them in your mushroom shed because that keeps the spores there. And I've like, if you look up like horror story mushrooms like online, just click on pictures. Just click on pictures. You don't even need to read them. You know, just see the pictures of what happens. All right, I'm finally caught up to you. I think that's decent enough.
When I was a preteen in junior high, in Winnipeg, they took us to a mushroom factory, and it was really cool because it was like they took one of these old, I think like it was a lumber plant or something. Like it was a big factory, and it was totally gutted and empty from what it used to be, and they just turned into this dark mushroom cavern where they grew thousands upon thousands, and I'm sure they supplied mushrooms like all across Canada. But it was pretty interesting to see it like up close and personal.
All right, so I am getting out of that panel. What happens after?
What's his story?
The sandwich tells the story. Yeah. So the sandwich tells the story. Then what?
What's his story?
Of having wife and children and pickles and spiraling out.
So should the courtroom respond to the story?
Are you doing
tomatoes?
Are you doing panel 3? Are you doing panel?
No, I think you did 3 and I did 4. I'll have to
not the FUCK word, but the FAG word.
I only did panel 1. I've only drawn panel 1 so far. Okay, so you did 2 panels. So you did 2 and 3. So I'm on panel 4.
Okay.
Okay, and then so you're on panel 5?
5. All right.
Okay, awesome. So what is the sandwich's story?
Or is the next panel the courtroom reacts? There you go.
Yeah,
Rob says the spectators are moved to tears by the story. Yeah. So it's the courtroom react shot.
Let's see.
Courtroom could react. Oh yeah.
Do we show the sandwich's story? Like, do we show it? Like,
well, actually, I did. He has a wife and children and pickles and onions and little olives, and he's spiraling out in the universe.
Wait. Olives? Wait a minute.
Wait. I'm thinking
olive oil.
I'm thinking of tying this whole thing together. What if the sandwich was part of the original buffet, and he's witnessed the whole thing?
Oh wow! Mind blown.
What do you guys think?
Yep.
You like it?
That's good. That's good.
Now, how
Okay.
to draw it?
It brings it all together.
Well,
I want to see in my mind.
I will
in
take
my-
that panel.
Oh, I could see he's on a plate on the buffet.
Yeah.
I
will
I
figure
want
it
to
out.
see the spaders. I want to see like a group of spaders, each doing a round robin of each handing themselves handkerchiefs.
Yes, I
Because they're
think
all
that
crying and
is
they're all
your panel.
making each other. But that's that's all I'm saying about the
I
spaders
think-
are moved to tears.
Yeah, so Kay, that's your panel. Is the spaders removed to tears? That's your
Oh God,
caption.
yes. Okay.
And then you're just you're doing that they're moved to tears, and I will do that the sandwich has witnessed the whole thing. Okay, and so sandwich witnessed.
I feel like we should also address the fact that there are little olives on his sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't think olive oil would be very happy about that.
Well, olive oil's a venom. You know, she's part of Philo now. Like, I don't know if they're separating by the end of the story. Like, I don't know if Philo's just gonna have venom powers. like they should probably separate by the end of the story, right?
We're not there yet. Who knows?
I don't know. This is the fun of an improv jam comic. Is that the olives are his eyes? Says Rob. The olives are his eyes. Okay, so we're gonna have the sandwich down here, and he's gonna be like, here. I'll take over the main panel, and we'll have his little. You know, there's this little sword. Right. And then Kay, do you mind going back a panel and showing me how you did the mic?
It was squarish.
Yeah, but how'd you draw it? Was it like facing up? Was it facing down?
It was upright, facing toward Earl.
Okay.
It looked kind of like just like a regular acoustic mic, probably with a baffle on it.
All right. Well, it's not that important to get it exactly perfect. It's Philo. It's the idea that counts. So we'll do that. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So do that. All right, and so we'll have, here's the cruise ships.
I got a new glow thing.
What glow thing did you get?
It's this patch here.
Very Lovecraftian. I like the eye and the clouds. That's very nice. Yes, very cool.
So yeah, that's my latest glow item. My glow shelf is gonna be overflowing soon enough. I just like glow stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why glow things delight me so, but they're delightful.
Okay, we'll just.
Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Now that some certain stuff is public domain, Temu they're making romance comic blankets. This one's really big. I don't know if I can show you. They've got Archie ones too, but I didn't buy them. But look, see, romance comic blankets. It's a thing.
So what you're saying is that you you have a bunch of Ramona Freyden art around you?
No, I don't think this is Ramona. I don't really know that she did any romance comics. I thought she mostly did like DC comics and the Submariner.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not thinking of no, I'm thinking of Ramona Freyden. She was the one who did Aquaman, right?
Yeah,
who did
that's who I meant, not Submariner. I don't remember her doing a bunch of romance comics.
She did romance comics. She didn't do a bunch of them, but she did some.
Okay.
DC put out romance comics at that time, and so all their artists did them. And there was, I want to say she was with the same publisher that did Captain Marvel before she was with DC. Okay, I'm gonna draw this little sandwich in all these little positions, and then let's see. So there he is in Escher Jail, and then where else would he have been besides Escher Jail? I guess at the Argies, right? Because there was a buffet there, right? And then so we'll have our whale shark right here. And then we'll have them doing the can. And here he is. I don't know if anyone understands my insanity of the scribbles. Let's see. Okay, so we'll have all of them doing the can. And then what happened after the can? What happened after the can? What happened after the can? Let's see, we had a spider whale shark fight, didn't we? And we had Pokeballs. So I should also have a Pokeball in here. And then I think the spider whale shark fight. Is that what I want to draw? Because the spider whale shark fight leads into an ink fight. So I'll just have ink like at the bottom of this panel. You know, of just like the tiny little olive oils inking each other. And then exploding. Oh my gosh. Why am I drawing so much? Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's Armand. And of course, a return to Spader Court. Only this time I'll put the guy in the thing. There. Okay. I am going to put Kay in the main panel because hers looks a lot less like garbage than mine does.
Well, thank you, but
yeah, because yours actually looks like what you're trying to draw. Mine's very scribbly. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't know how far I'm going to get today. I'm trying. Yeah. I'm trying to make him look a little crazy with his little sword.
I started watching The Good Place.
Aren't they in hell? Like, well, I guess that's probably one of the reveals, huh?
Yeah, you just ruined half the show.
Well, I watched like 3 episodes and I went, no, they're in hell. like the first 3 episodes, and I was like, yeah, I don't know.
It's a sitcom. It's supposed to be predictable.
Yes,
Nobody's looking at it to be pithy,
yes,
brilliant, Oscar-worthy material.
yes. I do appreciate Ted Danson's performance in it. I like him playing outside of type. You know, he's always played kind of jerk characters. Like even Sam Malone in Cheers was a jerk, right? You know, was kind of an asshole. And when he was Becker, that was one of the selling points of the show, is that he was an asshole. And then you know, now he was playing like a sickeningly nice guy as Michael, and I thought it was I appreciated his performance. I did do that. I've been watching a lot of Hulu, or not Hulu, Pluto, and like old movies and like riff tracks and stuff like that. Nothing to write home about. Let's see. Okay.
I mean, anything with Alan Tudyk is pretty good. So.
Yes, Resident Alien just moved, I want to say, to Amazon. And I think I have that one available to me now. I was reading Rob's comment. And then Rob is also saying new season of Wednesday this fall. I haven't seen Wednesday yet.
Yeah, there's sound. I was just talking quietly. Or, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Can you guys hear me?
No, I'm just trying to draw these stupid, I shouldn't say stupid, but the olives on top to show that the sandwich has been there the whole time to witness it all. I don't know. I should be a more disciplined artist.
After working and being a mommy all day, you're doing the best you can.
I'm trying. Ian convinced me to go to the gym today, which is good. You know, I need to go. Oh no, I lost Robin, and then I heard her come back. Woo! Robin, come back!
Yeah, I'm here.
There you are. There you are.
My
Okay.
screen kept timing out, so I had to go back into settings to put it on the 30-minute display.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to lose you for a second.
No, I did it myself.
Yeah.
My phone can only do so much. It can't have two windows open. It's not a laptop.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to like upgrade you at some point. You know, like when I get all that sweet Philo money. That apparently some artists think that I'm getting. Yeah. That sweet Philo money. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Let's do the spider whale shark. Yee. He's right there. And everyone has peg legs. Yeah, we're just doing that. And then we're going to have the Argies stage. Yeah. Oh, I'm so proud of Kane. Kane is, being written up everywhere, like in the Comics Journal. Scott McCloud's like, hey, you should check out Kane's book. Like Kane's doing really well, and they decide to come on my little show. It's cool. I'm really proud of Kane for all that they've been able to do. Okay, Rob's having dog time.
He said he was trying to come up with games for it with his puppy. I was wondering if maybe he would do that button thing where you get them to talk.
Yeah, I'm afraid if I did that with my cats, the food button would get broken. Let me know when you're done with your panel, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want my friends to be successful.
He just got those talking buttons.
See? Yes, but with my cats, the food button would be broken. Right now, at like 6:30 in the morning, I think is when our alarm goes off, and just before our alarm goes off, we have 4 cats around us going meow, 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 meow. Here, I'll just draw the sandwich up here. So we know he's talking about himself.
Well, I'm apparently one of those bad cat parents because I just leave the bowl full and she grazes when she wants. But I've done that with all 3 of my cats, and none of them have gotten fat. So, and none, like they're all 3 have been disciplined about their food. If I had one that had food issues, I totally would do the timer thing. But so far, grazing has worked for all my cats.
Yeah, we've had the same. We do the same thing with our cats too. So do that. Layer.
So the only meowings I get at 4 in the morning are for belly rubs and bum scratches.
Well, no, they they want food, because they've eaten all the food. And so they're like, yes, now it is time to feed us.
I will admit she has developed in the last 2-3 months that habit of getting really upset and meowing lots when she sees the bottom of her bowl, even though there's like a ton pushed up against one side, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the bottom is showing. I'm so sorry. Let me fill it.
I can see the bottom. I'm gonna starve. Yeah. Yeah. If you have one cat at a time, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only had one cat at a time.
Yeah.
Although last night I had a dream. And I don't remember my dreams, so it's really weird that I remembered this one. That I found a kitten and I was all excited. I was like, yeah, cat distribution family! I get a kitten! Now there's 2 of them! Because I don't really want a second cat because I just can't afford it. And I kind of want one so my cat won't be bored, but I just can't really afford a second cat. And in my dream, so I found that kitten and then I looked up and I found 10 more kittens. And I was like, what am I going to do with my kittens? So then I woke up from this dream with like massive cat anxiety.
Because you didn't know what you were going to do with 10
Do all
kittens.
the shit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, knowing you would find homes for them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it was just, it was like, I couldn't believe that. Like I said, I never remember my dreams. And they always say that if you smoke a lot of pot, you usually don't remember your dreams. So yeah, it was just funny that I woke up with this cat anxiety.
Yeah, we have Ian had 2 cats because he had one cat and his cat brought Ollie home and was like, hey, this cat's starving. I want him to not starve and live with me. And and so Ian got him fixed and he had 2 cats. And so when I met him, he had 2 cats. And so when I moved in, I had 2 cats. And then as I'm living there, there's this like big furry fluffy stray that's coming around that we see that like is looking longingly at us, but from across the street and stuff. And I don't think it has a home or anything. And so I decided one day I'm gonna go pick it up and just kind of check it out, because I don't see it with anyone. I see it around and stuff. Anyway, so I picked up the cat, and so it's big fluff cat, right? Maine Coon in the cat. And all that fluff hid the fact that the cat was so skinny that my hands clasped around themselves around the cat, right? And this was like an adult-sized cat. And so I'm like, oh no, this cat is starving. This cat is coming with me now and eating. And so I brought the cat over and I'm feeding the cat. Ian's like, we can't have, 3 cats. And I would sneak this cat food. Our other roommate would sneak this cat food. Ian would sneak this cat food. He would sit on my lap and I would pet him and he'd purr and stuff. And then, we just ended up having 3 cats. That's just what happened. And so we had 3 cats for years and years and years. And, we had some cats pass away and we got, replacement cats for the cats that passed away over time and stuff. But the number stayed at 3 until Archimedes just decided he was going to move in. And he just kind of like showed up at, our door and he was like, yeah, I'm here now. And we have 4 cats. Oh my gosh, how'd that happen?
Hey, is that your end making that noise? Is it a fan?
No.
It's not on my side.
Nope.
Because I'm not moving or doing anything different.
It's not on my side.
It stopped. Yeah, it stopped. Weird. Rob says my cat dream is an anxiety dream likely born of sudden change in responsibility and a natural adjustment to new fear.
So what's your new fear?
Oh, there's always new fears. Those don't end.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you afraid Philo will get you now that he's a Venom?
A Venom? No. No, my brother and his family are moving away, so there's going to be a big change in the house in a month and a half.
But
my rent will double. I'll be paying $1,100 a month.
That is not terrible. That is not terrible. It's doubles.
Terrible when you were paying $550.
Yeah. But
my wage didn't go up.
Do you get?
This means I get to eat less.
Do you get more space?
No, because I'm eventually the room that I'm vacating, I'm gonna rent out to a roommate so that I hopefully get back down to $550. I want a student. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
But that's not gonna happen until September because I have to clean everything first before they move in.
Okay. Well,
we'll see what happens.
Do you think your parents are doing this to try and push you out?
No. It's the seller's market is terrible, so they would have taken a total bath if we sold it. And then my brother suggested that he would like to live downstairs, and he'd be willing to pay the extra rent. So he's also paying $1,100. But yeah, so that's what's happening. Because I don't really want to move.
Mm-hmm.
I had a place lined up already with a friend, but I mean, I'd rather stay.
Yeah, we just renewed our lease for another year. They lowered it by $100 a month. Woo! You know, I mean, they've been raising it by like $200-$300 every month for the last few years.
Yikes!
Yeah. I offered to my oldest cousin for her family to move into my house. I have 2 unused bedrooms.
Well, I don't know if I've been reading too much Reddit, but you really got to be careful. There's like a whole bunch of stuff you have to figure out before you let them move in, because there's squatters' rights. They could just like stop paying rent, and then you have to get them out, and it's hard.
What panel are you on, Kay?
I was drawing 7, and I was just trying to draw Philo with olive oil.
That was a car outside. Me.
Okay. Whoa, that's intense.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Are they drag racing outside your window?
Around.
They do that sometimes. Yeah. But well, why are you drawing when we don't know what you're drawing?
I was just trying to see how I would draw olive oil. I was going to erase it and then start over.
Okay. Well, let's have you actually draw something for good, because you have 10 minutes left to draw.
That's really nice of you, Tangent. Sharing her room with her family, or her house with her family.
So what panel are you on? What was your last panel?
I'm on 7.
So you were on 5? Last
I
panel?
on 5, yeah.
Okay, so I'm on 6. Okay.
I think it's actually pretty awesome, the case just drawing for fun. We should do the Stan Lee of the way of storytelling. Let's see if we can incorporate it. Just draw anything. We'll add the dialogue. It's great.
No. Don't make it harder on me. Please don't. Please don't make it harder on me.
Hey, what's wrong with the Stan Lee method? Everybody loves the Stan Lee method.
Stan Lee went back later and cleaned everything up. And
that's what I do too.
Straight ahead, like comics, like no, we need some structure. Stanley went back and cleaned everything up, and so I have rules. I have rules for a reason. And where are we? Okay. So what happens next?
No.
Yes, you brought up truck. So what happens next? All right. So where we left off was the sandwich has witnessed the whole thing.
The horrors.
Yeah, and then did you draw the spaders?
Crying,
Yes.
yes, we did.
They were
People do the
weeping.
spiders cry.
Okay, so what happens after the spaders are weeping? What happens after the spaders are weeping? Like, oh no, we're touched.
No.
Sandwich.
So what about who's the prosecution? Shouldn't they make an appearance at some point? Because doesn't the sandwich talking for the defense? Or what?
There.
Well, it's Spader Court. We don't know the structure of Spader Court. Could be
Well,
like
there should at least be a defense and a
No.
prosecution. I mean, it is absurd, so I guess it doesn't have to be. There we go. We got our answer. Everyone hug.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's you, Kay. As everyone hugs.
As everyone hugs.
I guess everyone hugs.
That's the suggestion.
As everyone hugs. Sandwich has witnessed the whole thing. The spaders cry and everyone hugs. And so what happens after everyone hugs?
It's the Canadian love vibes going throughout the courtroom.
Yeah, so it's neither prosecution nor defense.
It's consolation.
Consolation.
The consolation court. Oh.
Arbitration. An arbitration
Consolation.
court. Consolation court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, there's my my translator. Just letting everyone know it's there. Just in case you didn't know. It's gonna be talking for the next 10 minutes. Let's see. We see dog and mushroom, says Rob.
Conciliation.
Conciliation. Okay, everyone hugs. Okay.
And REM shows up. And says, that's not the song. It's Everybody Hurts, not Everybody Hugs.
Okay. So
I get so bored of my job, I come up with deli jokes.
as you should, to keep your mind sharp and active. So let's see. I got 5 minutes to draw. Like whatever the next panel is.
So the next panel is conciliation court.
Conciliation.
Well, that's what Rob said is conciliation, not consolation.
Wouldn't that be like just kind of like a court window? You know what I'm talking about? Like when you go to a courthouse and it's just like the counter that you go to like do your paperwork.
A wicket? Like a bank wicket?
Well, okay, if it's okay. Consolation court.
No, but he didn't say that. He said conciliation. There's a couple of I's in there.
Oh,
Console is SOL, not CILI.
I'm spelling it the way he spelled it.
And it's consolation?
Conciliation. Yeah, small claims.
Right, so it's not consolation like I suggested. It's something different.
Unless it's conciliation. Conciliation. And like I said, what I see for that is just like a window. Where it's just like one of these. Yeah, I got 1L. All right, and then we'll just have Philo leaning in the window. Just have him lean in the window. We'll have.
It wasn't very close, but I did win yarn roulette.
Yarn roulette? What were you doing?
Oh, like I always do. I'm knitting my bunnies. But it's a fun game where it's like you see how much of the yarn you can use before you run out. Yarn roulette, and I won, but I didn't. It wasn't very close though. I've had it be closer.
Yeah, I got to figure out. I've been doing the book nooks, but I have some metal earths I want to build, and so I have to go buy some new clippers and little pliers and stuff because the ones that I had are gone.
Rob says he thinks that the eyewitness, or olive witness rather, is neither for defensive prosecution. It just tells the story. And that makes me think of like the Hague trials, like where they just come and they bear witness. You know what I mean? That they're not a reconciliation. Yeah. Maybe it's a reconciliation court.
Yeah. And just
Yeah, those are wickets. They call those wickets.
Is that what this is?
Yeah, those little bank things that you're talking about. Those are wickets.
Okay.
It's like when they gamble and they go to the racetracks too. All those are called wickets.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know what they were called. To me, they're like bank windows. So, stop doing that. Stop doing that. There. Stop doing all that.
Tangent is saying good night.
Night, Tangent. Have a good night.
They compliment us.
Don't get rained on tomorrow. Yeah, she got rained on today, Tangent.
That's all that's left of my yarn from that bundle anyway.
Rob says I'm in such a temporary space right now I can't really do anything. Let's see. And do this.
At my job, like there's we sell bones for dogs, frozen bones, and so I always ask people like, is this for you or is this for a dog? Sometimes they'll make bone marrow soup for themselves. But the amount of people in the last couple of weeks that I've asked about their dog and they've been like, I've got a cane corso. I was like, whoa, that's an intense dog. And it's a lot of people have that dog. I guess it's the new pit bull alternative. I don't know.
I don't know. There might be a breeder around that area that's just really successful.
Yeah. Finial. Yeah, it's not the ball at the top of the flagpole. That's one definition too. It's also because I used to work at the fabric store and we'd sell drapery rods. It's whatever ornate ball is at the end of a drapery rod too. Those are called finials as well. But it's a good word, finial. Sometimes you could get finials that look like crystal balls. That was cool. I always pretended I was playing like a magician when they came in.
I like corbel. Corbel's
What's that?
Corbel is the decorative top of a column. Like not like a round column, but like an attached column on the wall, and then you have a decorative top to it. Yeah, fence picket topper says Rob, but that's a corbel. You often see them in wood. yeah. So corbel's a good word. And yeah. I don't know what I follow Webster's dictionary, and they post cool things like the origins of words and stuff all the time. Like I'm learning from them all the time. And I know Webster's, like there's Roget's, there's Oxford. We are at time. Yes, that's true. I won't be very long. I'm gonna just finish this window.
Armand looks evil. I love it. No, keep it. I want him to look like that. Because that could be a whole new story arc. We don't know what's percolating in Armand's mind after he's lost his arm and regrown them. He could be a bad regrown clone.
You think that he should be an evil Armand clone?
Oh my gosh, you know what that looks like? I just realized. Did you guys ever watch Squidbillies?
Yeah.
That Armand looks like a Squidbilly to me. The face is total Squidbilly. Oh, I forgot about that cartoon. That was a good cartoon.
It was. It was silly. I respect silly. Like it's silly, but like I respect people who are willing to go into a place where they're willing to play, right? And it's like, okay, let's play pretend here, and let's have fun playing pretend here, right? And Squidbillies did that by setting up this weird little world that had its own little rules, right? Its own little nuances and stuff with like the sheriff and and of course the Squidbillies. And then, like, the grandmother,
the walker, yes,
yeah, with the walker. But she was also like they would be doing some nefarious like criminal scheme, and then she would become like the kingpin, you know. And they just, I don't know, it was very well written. You know, the fact that the Squidbillies always had their hubris come up and bite them in the butt. I like Venture Brothers.
Yeah, Venture Brothers is really good. I know someone who worked on that for a long time.
Well, you can tell that someone that I appreciate their work, and I enjoyed it, and I watch it, and it's good.
Mr. Pat McEwen.
Yeah.
He was just a storyboard artist on it. He didn't actually he didn't create it or anything.
No, but still, that's still awesome work. You know, it's like, it's like when we had Thomas Perkins on the show, right? Thomas Perkins does all this design work for animation stuff, but his design work is one of the key elements of like a lot of the shows that he works on. And so it's not bad. You know, the storyboard stuff in Venture Brothers set the scene, because a lot of it, like, if they were parodying something in particular, those storyboards had to be spot on towards whatever they were parodying, right? You know, if they were doing specific shots and stuff. Okay, I'm not going too far over. I'm sorry, I'm going over. I know we're going over time. There's that buzz again. What is that?
Nothing going on here.
It's not my side.
Yeah,
you know what?
Again, nothing's changed.
It's the music. It's the music. I think it's in the music. I think it's like something, where they're like, yeah, let's do this. This will sound awesome.
Well, that sounded like the music, but I think that was one of your race cars.
Yeah, I live on a busy street.
But it actually coincided with the music, which was kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay. I will stop there. That was only 7 minutes over. You're glowing in the dark over there. I love Kay's panel.
The flying olives.
Yes, with the
flying
olives. I also love the fact that you got the Canadian Film Board logo lawyers involved in the hugging.
NFB, 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 NFB.
Yeah.
One of my ex-boyfriends, his mother was the woman that approved the documentaries that the NFB would make.
Excellent.
Which was a pretty cool job, I thought.
Nice. I think that's a good show. We are at time. We're over time. I will kill the panels. Let's kill the panels. They're dead.
Bye,
Kay's in the big window. Hi, Kay.
Is that a shirt or a jacket, Kay? I like the daisies.
Yeah, it's a shacket. It's a shirt with crazy little embroidered daisies all over it.
Yeah,
it's
pretty.
Like a granny shirt. I love it.
No, it's nice.
Goofy.
You are, but you're in your I can be weird stage of your life where your body hasn't fully betrayed you yet, and so you can enjoy it.
That's the way to put it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like you still have youth left. You're not at the bottom of the hill yet. You're still going down, going wee.
I'm advanced style of Minnesota. They have an advanced style of New York. I don't know if you've seen that Facebook page. It's great.
Yes,
people that can find their own fashion.
I love you both. Thank you so much, girls, for joining me today. And Miss Kay, thank you for being my last minute guest. Ren Shivington and Kateri McCurran, who were supposed to be here, they had tech issues and health issues that it just wasn't a good week. And so we are going to reschedule them sometime in the future. I do not know when that's going to happen. That's going to happen sometime in the future. Next week, who do we have? I know. I swear I know. As soon as I have my thing back. Sheets. We have someone cool next week. We have Survey Says going all the way to the end. Daniel Scott Gabriel Murray is going to be joining us next week. And then the week after that, Kay is scheduled. You are welcome to be back.
Yeah.
This Kay. It is the week after that, Kay is scheduled. You are welcome to come back. We might reschedule if you want to change, because it's like Kay. But like I said, you're scheduled. You're there for then. Then I have Chuck. I have Gary Clare, who is a Hollywood animator on the block. Catherine White will be joining us again. I have Dan Fraga on the schedule, which I'm like super proud about. Teague Teisling is on the schedule. I have I just got Rachel Dukes is going to be August 5th, and then Daniel Scott Gabriel Murray, Patrick Lewandowski, Dave Alvarez is going to be on the show, and then Dirk Tiede is going to be coming back. And so that's as far as we're booked, which is September 2nd. Nice. So a little bit booked into the future. So thank you, girls. I will see you guys in the future. And goodbye, Kay. Goodbye, Miss Robin. And goodbye, everyone out there in Media Land. Let us put up the end credits. If you guys are in the amazing Twitch side of things, we are going to try and like raid someone. Let's do this. Let's see if we can raid someone. And then if you are on the YouTube side of things, I'm gonna be going away in a second, and you guys are gonna be like, "Where did she go?" And it's because I'm gone. So yeah, we're gonna see who's on. Squibbly design. Yeah, we're gonna be doing squibbly design. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you guys in the future. Bye.